Hi everyone. Um, Welcome to our webinar Inclusive Education for Children with Down Syndrome. In this webinar, we will be sharing information about best practice for supporting children with Down syndrome in your learning environment. Be- Before we begin, we would like to give an acknowledgement of consent. We would like to acknowledge or acknowledge and Tolstoy as young people as the traditional owners of the land. We live, work, and play on today. We pay our respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. We would like to honor the spiritual and cultural connection the First Nations people have with the land, skies, and waterways. Now we would like to give our diversity statement. We would like to acknowledge and honor all the people who've been part of the project to date. We recognize all the colleagues and unique opportunities everyone brings to this project. Everyone has something to offer that is valuable to our community. We are here for a shared purpose. My name is Lachlan and I am a project officer.
And my name is Kat, and I'm the project manager, and together we are the project team. We also work with an expert reference group that helps to guide the project and resource development, and they are Violet Shersha, Casey Gray, Ethan Parry, Mads Kennedy, and Jack Williamson. And we also have Jack and Ethan with us today co-presenting.
Purpose of today's webinar. We are here to talk about how to include children with Down syndrome in school. Inclusion means everyone learns together. What we will learn today. What the law says about inclusion. What good teaching looks like for all students. Tips for helping in the classroom. How to make games so everyone can join in. How to make the classroom a kind and respectful place. How to work well with them. Um, Time for questions at the end. Our key takeaways from the webinar are inclusion is good for everyone. We all have a role to make it happen. Okay,
What are the rights of people with disability? Everyone has the right to go to school. People with disability must learn in the same schools as other children. Schools cannot say no because of disability. Education must be fair and equal for everyone. What does the law say? These rights are part of disability law. Schools must follow these laws. The UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities says education should include everyone. Schools must make changes so all students can join in. Give extra help if a student needs it. Use things like Braille, sign language, or pictures if needed. Why is this important? Inclusion helps everyone learn better. It stops unfair ideas about people with disability. It makes school a kinder and more respectful place. A question to ask is, what policies does your school currently use to support inclusion?
Inclusion is good for everyone because it helps reduce stigma means unfair ideas about people, the whole class to learn. Everyone benefits when we learn together. How does inclusion reduce stigma? When children learn together, they see what others can do. It helps people to understand that differences are normal. This stops unfair ideas about people and makes everyone feel valued. How does everyone benefits from inclusion? When children learn in the same classroom, they get to learn different ways. Other people learned. Everyone gets a chance to know each other. Teachers use different ways to teach, so all students can learn better. Students learned teamwork and respect. It makes school a nicer place for everyone.
Social inclusion means everyone is part of the group. It means no one is left out of activities. Having friends is important for everybody. Teachers help students to work together and use their strengths. Ask students what they want to learn and help them reach their goals. Inclusion makes a school a friendly and fair place for all. A reflective question to ask is, what does social safety look like in your school?
In Inclusion is a school-wide responsibility with classroom-level actions. Inclusive education benefits all students, not only those with Down syndrome. There is no one-fits-all approach deposition and flexibility arcade. Case study. Including everyone in class, meet Sam. Sam is a student with Down syndrome. He loves art and music. What the teacher did, the teacher made sure Sam joined in or class activities. When the class played games, Sam had a role that suited him. The teacher asked Sam what he wanted to learn. Sam said he wanted to read better. They set small steps to help Sam reach his reading goal. The school checked that Sam had the right support and safety plan. What happened? Sam felt happy because he was part of the group. Other students learned to work together and respect each other. The whole class enjoyed learning from each other's strengths. Actually, discuss one inclusive factors you have used and what impact it had.
I might just wait and see if anyone has an inclusive practice that they like to share in the chat. Peer-to-peer learning, that's brilliant. Feel free to pop your suggestions in the chat and we can read them out as they appear. So thank you as well. So daily one-to-one phonics review, time to supplement reading and reading learning. Excellent. Include everyone, no matter who you are. All right, these are all great. Multisensory learning. So feel free to keep adding things to the chat and we can come back to them if there's time. So some classroom strategies to support learning. So the following evidence-based practices have been shown to support learners with Down syndrome. So visual supports, use of diagrams, photos, videos, high contrast materials. So visual supports can help learners with auditory processing challenges. Task structuring, break tasks into smaller steps. So providing clear expectations and checklists. Executive function supports, provide scaffolds for working memory, visual schedules, prompts. Physical supports, posture and ergonomic adjustments for learners with low muscle tone. So what does working memory look like in your classroom? And we have some additional resources that we can help that we can provide to you to help guide your education and inclusive practice in your classroom. And we have a few more ideas in the chat. So breaking down tasks and giving choice boards, peer buddy support, use of visuals and communication boards and prompts, understanding that people are different, including all children with any special needs in all the activities at the ECCD or schools as necessary. And then thanks, Kylie, for sharing all those links in the chat. Some examples of supports. So this is a picture of a student completing a tabletop task with a visual of the steps to be completed. This is an example of a visual support with structured tasks.
These are examples of technical support to support people with tools that help them in the classroom. Where these supports come from can vary in all states and territories, and even between schools. On this slide, you can see different types of electronic support that students can use in the classroom. Some examples are stable teaching, full potting, and even working with the students' IT tutorial support.
What are wasteful adjustments? Wasteful adjustments help support participation for all students in the class. Examples: presenting lesson content in multiple formats, or simple print out demonstration and visual. Modifying the class lesson to ensure analysis to the curriculum. Modifying and assessment tasks. Modifying assessment and providing extra time. These are only general is simple. Other strategies can be applied to support the individual student. We will share a template for visible adjustments. Planning and the end. Sometimes things do go as planned. First look. What is stopping inclusion? These are called system problems. If not, we need to do teachers have the right support and training to make classroom inclusive? If not, we need to give teachers more support and training. Think about how we can change things for the better. This might be a conversation that you need to start with school leadership. We can do this by making people feel welcome, include everyone in activities, working to everyone's strengths, include student in the goal setting, training teachers and staff, creating a respectful classroom culture, working with families, make sure the school has the right safety measures in place that are supportive of that student. Work together to make sure every student can learn and feel safe. Meet Mia. Mia is a student with Down syndrome. She started in a new class, but things were not going well for her because she was feeling excluded from her group. What happened? We got left out from group work. The teacher wanted to help, but did not know best way. Mia felt sad and did not want to come to school. What the school did, the teacher taught to the support team and Mia's family. They find out to the support team and Mia's family. They find out the teacher needed more training and inclusion. The school gave the teacher and ideas for classroom strategies. They made a plan to include Mia in all activities and keep her safe. What changed? Mia joined in group work and felt happy. Other students learned how to work together. The classroom became a more respectful and inclusive place.
Everyone has the right to learn and belong. Talk about differences in respectful ways. Focus on strengths rather than limitations. Building a respectful classroom culture appreciates people's differences, has respectful conversations about differences, recognizes that everybody learns in different ways. So now Kat will play 2 videos.
All good now, thank you.
Okay, now I can do some counting. Phil, can you choose?
I don't understand why I'm at the back of the class. I wish I was like everyone else. I want to do what they're doing. But here I am, doing the same old number activity, watching as my classmates learn something else. Don't they know that they're setting me up to fail? Don't they know they hold my future in their hands? I want to work with my class, learn what they are learning, and do the activities they do. But here I am, stuck at the back, limited by low expectations. Having a one-on-one teacher aide just teaches me to rely on them and means I get less attention from the teacher. I'm not included in the classroom. I am in the same room but segregated from my peers, sat to the side or back, working on different things and missing out. I want to be free to learn with my peers, reach my full potential and be seen to be like everyone else. I need something to change. You may be wondering what was wrong with this picture. I'm in the classroom with my peers, sitting in my seat, learning the same things as everyone else. You may think this is inclusion, but it's not. I am stifled, limited, and held back from reaching my full potential. Though I love my teacher aide, I don't get to think for myself. In fact, a lot of the time, my teacher aide does it for me, even whispering the answer in my ear when I already know it. The more she is with me, the more I realize that there is no point in me thinking for myself because she will give me the answer anyway. I'm sure there are other kids who also need her help. Does she need to be with me? Can't she help others? Surely if I need help, I can put my hand up and ask my teacher like my friends do. My friends and classmates want to help me, but by having someone right next to me, they can't. I need to learn from my peers, be able to do group work and be challenged. I want to be allowed to fail or succeed and learn from it. I need something to change. Can you find me in the crowd? Inclusion is more than just a word. It is a culture, a mindset, and an expectation that everyone can and will learn and succeed along their age-appropriate peers. I know it can be challenging to include me in the learning as sometimes I might require extra resources and information, but giving me space to learn from my teacher and peers is the best way to challenge me and allow me to grow. I want to learn the same things as my classmates, and I want teachers to have the same expectations of me as my friends. My learning may need to be modified, but I still want the opportunity to show what I can do, not focus on what I can't. Treat me the same as any other student and watch me flourish. I will rise to the challenge of expectations you set for me. Are you ready to really include me?
But the first question is, what does going to school mean to you?
As for me, I love going to school because it's really fun, it's really educational, and it's just something that's great for you.
It gives me a purpose to wake up, to have a structure.
We found school to be super important for Mackenzie.
Yes.
Not for just Mackenzie, but for her community as well. So we've had Mackenzie in there for a few years now, and kids are all getting used to her, and they all understand that there's a child in the school with Down syndrome, and most of them are pretty good about that. But having her at school also teaches her what society expects of her. So she needs to understand what she can and can't do out in the big world, and school's a really good place for her to do that.
Socialising, yeah. It's not just about the school itself and the education. It's also what school brings to an individual.
Beautiful.
That's a great answer.
That is a great,
Great answer.
I don't think I can top that.
What were some of the difficulties you faced in education environments?
When I was at school, like from primary school, I had a teacher's aide as well. They took me out of class.
Do you think that then the other kids in the class then see, because they see you being taken away all the time, then they sort of see you as separate to them and different to them?
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
100%. I actually never fitted in at school because of those reasons.
Finding a true friend. It was hard.
The social aspect of school is certainly a difficulty that you guys all have, and my daughter's got it as well. But I think some of the difficulties that we've found are inclusion and the expectations of other people on her. Because she's got a disability, they don't think she can do things, and they don't push her hard enough to actually try and achieve more than their low expectation is.
What are the most important ways a teacher can help you in school?
Yes, I would say teachers should listen to you.
One of the great things that can happen into a classroom is the interest of the teacher and the engagement of the teacher. Once the teacher is engaged with the child, then the rest of the class will engage. We've found that through the last few years. We've had some really great teachers, and all the kids have crowded around and been really, really interested. But once you get a teacher who doesn't really want to connect with your child, it's all over. The
It's
children.
a knock-on effect, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. The rest
You
of the
know?
children don't feel that they
domino
need to as
effect.
well.
It's a domino effect, yeah.
It's important to have patience. Always have patience.
Thank you for sharing that. Just one thing to mention is share in the chat one strategy your school uses to build classroom respect and belonging, please.
Yeah. Teachers are part of a team around the learner. This means communication with families is essential. Parents need support to advocate within a complex system, especially when power imbalances exist. Questions about support and inclusion. How will Marshall be included in all classroom activities? What steps are in place to make sure Marshall is not left out of games or events? How do you make sure other students understand inclusion and respect difference? Questions about learning. What strategies will you use to help Marshall learn? How will you work to Marshall's strengths? How do you check if Marshall is reaching their goals? Questions about safety and well-being. What safety plans in place for myself. How do you make sure myself feels safe and happy at school? What will you do if myself is bullied or left out? Questions about con, con communication. How often will you update me about myself progress? Who can I talk to if something is not working? How do you include families in planning and decision making? Questions about training and resources. Do you teachers have training about delegation and inclusion? What extra support or resources are able for myself? How do you make sense if things are not working? Okay.
Thanks, Lockie. Does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask now? Yes, so we can share that education toolkit that Down Syndrome Australia has on their in the National Resources Hub. So we'll share all the links to everything at the end following the webinar. And while everyone's thinking of some questions, I can ask a reflective question as well. So what do you think your next step will be? Are you thinking about getting involved? And Sophie has shared any tips on facilitating conversations between peers when a student is reluctant. So reluctant to have a conversation, is that what you mean by that?
Sorry about that.
That's all right, Jack. Well, Lockie, Jack, or Ethan, do you have any tips on helping conversations happen between students?
My tip would be maybe supporting have some support inclusion, making sure they have the right tools for their learning in their own special ways. That's kind of my interest in that.
Yes, about that. I did learn about this. Some examples of steps if my skill is not working.
Thanks, Jack and Lockie. Ethan, did you want to share a personal example?
Yep. Yes, examples like sharing, maybe screens, they're showing, maybe like there was a girl, it was Mia, saying, include Mia in that all examples things.
Was that your example, Ethan?
Yep.
Thanks for sharing that. Okay, so this webinar will be available to view on our website, and we'll share the link with everyone that's joined us today. You can also direct school leadership and the parent community to the recording of this webinar as well. And to learn more about inclusion at school, visit the School Inclusion Network for Educators website, and Kylie will pop that link in the chat. And you can also connect with schools that are doing inclusion well by contacting your state-based Down Syndrome Association to learn from leading schools.
Yeah. This webinar is an update version of the tips for teachers in the toolkit. Kurt will put the link in the chat. We developed this webinar in co-design with the project team and the live experts here today. We have included more information about social inclusion at school and what good inclusion looks like. For more information on inclusive practices in educational settings, please visit the Education Toolkit on the Down Syndrome Australia website. And Kat will email or attempt record it from today, and the reasonable assessment planning template.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. This webinar and project receive funding from the Australian Government Department of Health, Disability and Ageing. Please take a moment to complete our survey to share your feedback about today's webinar. This can help us improve and build on our next webinar. And Kylie will pop that link in the chat for us. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Oh, someone's joined us from Indonesia. Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Just while we're having people like finishing up for the day, I just really want to say a massive thank you to Ethan, Jack and Lockie. It's been really great to present with you today. So thank you for presenting this webinar on inclusive education.
No.
So good.
It was very good. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. We'll have to do another one.